Hey everyone, my name is Tonya and I'm from Riverside County, California. I wanted to create this channel and spread awareness with the COVID-19 coronavirus diagnosis. I wanted to share my story to give people hope and to let people know that if you've been diagnosed with coronavirus, chances are you're going to be okay. And you're going to get through this and you're going to survive and your life's going to go back to normal. But initially getting those results are very scary. I know this because I got results of positive 2 days ago. So I want to share my story, get my story out there, and hopefully encourage someone that has a positive diagnosis in the California area and Southern California area at that. I've seen a lot of postings for people in the UK and other places in New York and different things like that. Not sure if many people have posted from Southern California, but I live about an hour and a half from Los Angeles, south of Los Angeles. So I'm going to start by giving you guys a background on my symptoms and kind of fast forwarding till today, and then starting tomorrow, just do a daily countdown for my 14-day quarantine. So my symptoms started on March 19th. That day, I came home from Bible study, and I felt I could only describe it by saying that I had a cold in my chest. It felt like I had an ice cube in my chest from the inside out. It was cold from the inside out, not from the outside in. And I just kept saying, I feel like I have a cold in my chest. And I just kept saying that over and over. And I said, I can't have coronavirus because I don't have a fever, I don't have a cough, so I'm sure it's just a chest cold. It was actually what I called it. It was a chest cold. So that was on March 19th evening, late evening. When I woke up on March 20th, I had that same cold in my chest feeling, and I also immediately woke up with an intense cough. I was coughing, and I was doing the kind of cough where you could feel it in your chest. I still have a little bit of coughing right now, but not hardly any, not as intense, but it was kind of like that hoarse cough that you hear that's real hard. That's the kind of cough I had on the 20th when I woke up. Chest pain. I started feeling like tightness in my chest. It felt like somebody was squeezing my chest together. And at that point, I didn't notice it yet, but I lost my sense of smell and my ability to taste. At the time, I was so congested, and it hurt. My forehead hurt, behind my eyes hurt, and under my eyes hurt. And I was so congested with my nose that I just thought that I couldn't smell or taste because I was nasally or something. I immediately felt lethargic, tired. I was tired. The moment I woke up, I was tired as if I never went to sleep. I was constantly exhausted. Those symptoms that I described to you right now started on March 20th, and they went every day, all day, until about March 24th. I had called into my job on the 23rd. I had made my first doctor appointment by phone, and on March 23rd, I had my phone doctor appointment, at which time the doctor said that I have a cold. He just basically said I had a cold. And the biggest reason why he said that was because I didn't have a fever. My my temperature at that time was about 98.5, 99 maybe. And so they said that's not a fever. So they deemed it as normal. So that was my first doctor appointment. He said I had a cold. There's nothing they could give me, and I just had to write it out. On another video, I'm gonna post what medications I took at the very beginning of day 1 that pretty much got me through this, to see if it will help you if you have a diagnosis. On the 24th of March is when I started to have the nasal drainage. So I had a runny nose, sneezing all day, headache, head pressure, and still no taste or smell, but extreme tiredness. Now, when I say tiredness, like I have pictures that I'll post that I took of myself where you can see my eyes just have dark circles and bags under them. This is not nearly how bad my eyes looked that week of the 20th. I remember watching a video of a lady who was pregnant in Italy, and she had oxygen in her nose, and she was saying that for everyone to stay home, to take this seriously. And I looked at her eyes on the TV screen, and I thought to myself, her eyes look like my eyes. And that was the first moment that I started to think maybe I might have this. But I just kept on going. So that brings me to the 25th, March 25th. I went to work that day. I did not have any coughing anymore. It really subsided after that 5th day. The coughing subsided. I didn't have a runny nose or sneezing, but I had the extreme tiredness. I was sitting at my desk and I could hardly keep my eyes open. I had no taste, no smell at all. I had to lay down in my car on my breaks from work because I couldn't stay awake, which is unusual for me. I don't take naps during the day. I work 10 hours a day without ever closing my eyes or resting. And so I was exhausted. I can't stress to you enough. I was extremely tired and lethargic. I had a headache the entire day that day. And the headache is really what I want to stress to you guys. I had a headache from March 20th, and I still have a headache now on this day 15. I believe this is my day 15 of how long I've been sick. But if I take 2 Tylenol right now, it would probably go away. For that whole 12 days or so, I would take 2 Tylenol, and it was like it didn't even help. It just didn't even go away. It was just like extreme pressure, and just from right here all the way across, it just was pressure and just hurt so incredibly bad. When I spoke to the doctor back on the March 23rd, I want to tell you, they encouraged me to do the neti pot. So I did the neti pot a couple times a day. It cleared out stuff, but it didn't take, the headache did not go away at all. None of the symptoms went away with the neti pot. But I'll go over the medications that I took after. Which brings me to the 25th. I went home from work. I requested to be off on the 26th. That was a Thursday. I said I can't come in tomorrow. I'm not better. And so I took off the 26th. 26th, I had no coughing, but then I had this major congestion in my head, behind my eyes. I still could not smell. I could not taste. Constant headache. The headache, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I was trying to look for it, and I would just in my sleep just start rubbing Vicks, vapor rub just on my head, because I was in so much pain in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. Major tiredness, lethargic. Even when I woke up, like I said, I was immediately tired. That was just on the 26th.